I'm taking that. Blood tested. Downstairs. I left it downstairs, man. Oh, it's right here. Raw. I was like, what in the heck? What are you doing that, dude? I thought you might have had played with it up under the bed or something. I think you got a mountain. He's on the bed looking like, he's like, what you talking about? You see him? What you doing, Papa? Saw palmetto and tingali, but it's a few things. And it's real stuff. Anyway, what you doing, man? What you doing? He's like, man, I'm chilling. You done gave me my little treat for the morning. Don't mess with me. It's a little more than clowning, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. Who all came in? Graywood, what's going on? Mike Hill, what's cracking, man? I can only see one person in here. I guess it's a busy day. It's a Monday. I don't care what day it is, not to be disrespectful, but we're gonna hold off for a few more minutes if it's all right. Yeah. And I'm gonna read a little bit too. Gotta get my chocolate in, my dark chocolate. I ain't gonna be eating. I'm not really gonna eat that until about like 1 o'clock. Some salmon and grits with broccoli. It's dark chocolate. You wanna get a good chocolate? Get that. Unless they decide to change it, because you know what they're doing right now, if they haven't already done it. They're trying to put that crap in vegetables, meat, and everything. But I'm getting to that. Dark chocolate. Oh, it's the best, bro. Freaking best. Oh, I love it. Dark chocolate. And one of my best things I like to eat, as far as hard candies go, is organic ginger. It's like in the afternoon when I just want a little something sweet but with a little twang to it, and I don't feel like eating some slices of ginger, which is good for your heart and everything. I chew on 1 or 2 of these. Right now, though, I'm not eating because I'm actually having lemon and ginger water. So, that dark chocolate is phenomenal. People around here think I'm on steroids. I'm not even hardly working out. I'm not gonna say too much on here. Like I said, man, you change. Trust me, you change when we'll get into it. Let's get a few more people up in here. And you know, I can only talk about what I'm experiencing, share that cautiously and carefully. No, not cautiously, I don't caution to win, but carefully. Wait a few more minutes. Chocolate, dark chocolate, no less than 75%. If you get 85, 95, like sometimes I get, excellent. It's real good bitter. But with lemon and ginger water, it's kind of a, I hope your stomach is healthy. I really do. I hope that you use cayenne pepper, use very good, like 5 and 7 spices, you know? They say you are what you think, right? I believe that. I believe, like, if you think about something that you have been dealing with and it's a plague to you, it's very bothersome, I truly believe you manifest the emotions and feelings and everything that go with it. You know? I'm gonna make a couple of advices, a couple of small advices. See what y'all think. It's like a little question, you know, a little question thing after I say what I have to say. I'm gonna read just a little bit. Reptilians and the history of humankind, the Anunnaki. There are some people who believe that Enoch is Anunnaki. No, the Anakin are the ones that helped us. So Enoch would be more in lieu with the Anakin. But most people don't know all this stuff. I was on Big Pontiac's video last night, and I know everything that he's talking about. I just don't talk about everything. After traveling the world, meeting the people I've met and having the discussions, I've been around all the people who have been around the Nuwapians and all that. I've heard it all. I was a 5%er. I wasn't really a dense, I could build with anybody. And I was a boxer. So I love, you know, when somebody would jump out, in Patterson, New Jersey, and I'd knock two fake Muslim niggas out. I mean, excuse my language. And I used to love it. I used to just bop, you know, trying to put degrees of sunburn. I never touched the just a bunch of nonsense. But I used to do it because I used to study it to be self-affirmed, you know. Like when I went to Brooklyn and everything, you know, when I was a legit. So there's certain things, no, I talk about the Hathors, you know, I talk about things that actually have sustenance around the entire earth. And I'm in lieu of the truth of giants. So when that conversation comes up, I'll have that conversation. Right now I'm reading about certain things, and certain names and stuff we've come across them and we'll come across them again. I'm just not bent on a lot of stuff that I know is not practical for today. I'm gonna talk about the things that I believe, as I said, I believe to be practical for today. Having a slew of knowledge in everything doesn't mean nothing. It is worthless. Having something that can commemorate who we are right now and to bring things to the forefront that people have seen, not based upon perception of somebody else's narrative, but seen, can allude, because we've had a lot of things here destroyed, can allude to something else. A lot of things were destroyed that would be remembrance. And then when people look at what they see today, they don't even know what they're looking at. That's why I said when you go to those big giant libraries and the cathedrals and the state houses and this and that, know that we built that. Their biggest mistake was showing that we had to repair them. And they move like a machine. You think that all them people that came, regardless of what fake identity they betrayed, when they started chopping down our grand trees and we were still fighting, many of our children and women being enslaved and raped, and all of these offspring you see now, they don't even know who they really are. When I showed you communities of people who look pale skinned, y'all think white. I told you that's not a real word. These pale skins, and they show on their birth certificates that they're black and Negro. People was losing their minds when I was in the military, taking them and meet and introducing them. And they're like, yeah, and you know, they would sit there. My grandpappy were, you know, Negras, you know, blood. All right, what about your mammy and pappy? Well, pappy was a Negra. Mammy, you know, she looked like pale skin, but she was a Negra too. And I'm looking like, well, how did y'all get so? I used to ask them, how did y'all get so pale? I don't know, and that's when I learned, y'all, the dark ones can birth us into the world, at least 150 a year. That's when I learned that in 86. Trailer parks. That's when my first daughter. I had a fine little dark, midnight blue, like sister. His engine looked like a Chinese porcelain doll. Oh man, it's a wonderful woman, man. Just all she cared about was me and my, like, your job, the Navy. I know what they trying to do. No, she threw that whop on me though. God dog it, man. What? Before my worst world cruise, man, she threw that whop on me, man. Hey, 6 years later, her brother telling me, "Oh, you got a daughter." I got a what? 6 years later. We went at it for about 3-4 months, man. Every time you turn around, 3-4 times a night, man. Not to glorify, but it was beautiful. No marriage, no none of that. We just melded. We melded. And when she was pregnant, she was worried about my career. This is one of them kind of women. Cook her butt off, be on the porch snapping peas, rubbing my back, scratching my head. Me giving her massages. It was just rubbing her feet. She didn't know who I was, where I came from, and she loved every bit of it. That's the model. San Fran. Well, I'm gonna keep saying San Fran, even if she ain't there now. All right. Always want to dump major bricks in this account. I know. And got carried away. Anyway, that's when I learned that, and I didn't believe it. We didn't have internet and all this stuff and goofy stuff, and so I had to go and do my work. And come to find out that it was based upon facts. It's literally in medical documents, history, and on microfiche. I was like, what the smack? How come does anybody know this? Yeah. Millions of them. Not no hundreds of thousands, millions of them. And then they get to do this thing like the Quakers, where they get 16, the kids can go out and make a determination if they want to be white or black. So there's a lot of pale skins who are born Negro and black who can change. This is how screwy the system is with these fake ass small hat. So they'll let them at 16, 18 go and change their identity to white. And that's why I say black and white is false. But being Negro and black on the birth certificate meant a whole lot. And you have to see the pictures in order to believe it. Nobody else was talking about this stuff. Nobody. I'm the one that carried this torch for this information for a long time. And anybody knew me on Facebook, when I was saying it, a bunch of niggas where I grew up, they thought I was crazy. Oh man. And I was like, wait, aren't some of y'all nurses? And some of y'all, didn't y'all go to? But see, people, the education system was to make you not know nothing except for what they want you to know. And so therefore you don't expand your horizon. And if your family's not nurturing you and giving you stuff, you're not listening to the elders or the wise ones, because you have some people who might be pedophiles, whatever was going on, because of alcohol or whatever. It is what it is. Not everybody was fortunate to have this information, but I have not once lied to anybody about anything. I don't have to even fix that. What amazes me, I don't know, I can't say amazes me, it doesn't. What amazes me is everybody come around and actually realize some things. And my thoughts, I sit there and I say, wow, you see everything that's going on. In July, they want to start the Fed now, where they're controlling how you spend your money, your fiat. These people have lost their mind. And they want a civil war. They want war. They want everybody to get up and go to these buildings with these stupid people working in these buildings and start laying waste to everything. But what they don't know is, regardless of all the tanks and everything, the foreigners, the UN, that's why they learn. That's why all the other countries, you see they got a thing that look like a YF-32, a Raptor. That's why they got tanks that look like ours, the helmets and the uniforms now. You see what I'm saying? Because this government, the Federal Reserve, Ponzi scheme, Rockefeller, Morgan, Bilderberg, all of them, right? Well, who do you think is behind Brickz? Who do you think is behind Brickz? Damn Rockefeller. Why do you think Henry Kissinger was always his fake small hat self was always in government? He was a handler. George Bush and all of them, Ashkenazi. Trump, Ashkenazi. John F. Kennedy, Irish, but he was Ashkenazi. A Kadal. If you believe in all that, get you some gold and silver. If you're worldly and materialistic, go ahead and get you some gold and silver. I'm not going to mention names because they're not sponsoring me and I didn't write them, so I'm not going to mention them. Look into it. If you got Bitcoin, get the hell out. When they close things down, a lot of these people in these banks, when it's major, think they're going to be able to just walk away and disappear into it's not what's going to happen. The sad part is that they sit on a high horse and have done what they've done. Knowing, and a lot of them people on the top of it, knowing they were lying. That's why a lot of them have left. Have y'all even looked at with some of these CEOs and this, that, and other? Why they got such a security team? Why would a security team even protect them? Nobody's paying attention to this. I'm not speaking on violence. I am just pointing out some things that might be lucrative to the eye, to memory. You know, I watched the whole Rizza Islam and Flame Monroe interview. It was an hour or something. And it was a couple of days ago. But I wasn't really going to talk about it. But Flame Monroe really hit this gay damn agenda. He even cracked me up with the when Islam read that. It said these motherfuckers call themselves LBGTQAA, whatever, a whole lot of retardedness. And Flame Monroe says, yeah, I think the only thing they ain't used is the N and the O. Ain't kidding. These people are retarded. And then to have the nerve for some of them to actually be giving death threats to Flame Monroe, who raises his children as a man and doesn't subjugate them to this, it shows you the perversion. Any man willing to dress up with fake boobs and stuff in front of little children shows you that their mental capacity is far lower than the children they're dealing with. The IQ's at the lowest. They're not intelligent. They're not smart. There's a perversion. They're sick. I'm not saying that to bash. I mean, how can somebody who protected the motherfuckers sit there and do that? The thing is to have idiots mentally disturbed to think that, like Heavy Country said, you're going to shoot at us? That's one of the biggest mistakes you can make in your life. The reality is, we see all these crisis actors, these foreigners. 40% of the people on January 6th were FBI. We don't know who the other ones were. Are you paying attention? All of a sudden, the Air Force woman that was shot, no talk about her death. Air Force. Well, in the military, when I served, we have a lot to say about the Air Force, certain entities within the Air Force. And that's why you have now, and that's why you never hear nothing about it, Space Force. Are you listening now? In the screening process. I had a nephew says, oh, they wouldn't accept him. I was whack. I'm too American. I just, all the conspiracy theories are showing that they weren't just based upon theories, but true conspiracies. In order to have a conspiracy, in order to have a theory, there must be a conspiracy. And the conspiracy is transpiring, then you have the theory that allows, that gives sway to more in-depth looking at. And it's all happening. What amazes me are the people who are functioning at the lowest frequency. And I'm not talking about earth frequency. I'm not talking about harmonic. When I say low, I'm talking about a very high number, like that 440, 808, A440, you know, like it's in a dead zone. Do I believe there are people here where the source is dead? Not dead like we think, like grave, like we put the embalming fluid, you know, no. I mean, it's off. I believe that it's actually been separated to a degree. So everything else is physical in thought, action, and even in reproduction, to bring a dead thing into the world that actually moves. And when I say dead, again, I don't mean like stillborn. I mean the source, dead to the individual, the hue of a man, or something like kind of like a man, mankind. And well, damn, we're seeing it. You're seeing it all the time. How many of you worked at a job, warehouse job, whatever, a slave job, right? That's what it is. And you remember somebody saying something pretty crazy and you just kept working because you punched in and you think nothing of it. But the reality is this individual probably would have went and got his gun out the car and came and started shooting people and walking down lanes. What's happened? But the thing is, what I'm saying is, how many of y'all stayed right there instead of going to watch what's this mug doing? You know, do we need to get 911 here? Or I'll call the cops on you motherfuckers quick, man. No breaks, man. No breaks. I even call the fucking fans on. No breaks, man. I'm not here to stop anything. Remember what I said. For those who remember, if you don't remember, you need to go back and watch my videos. I'm not here to stop nothing they doing. Just because I'm talking to my people and those who might be like-minded. That's cause and effect. Let me sum it up to that without giving too much. In a matter of 10 months, they have killed more cattle, chicken, pigs. They were some of the first one. I forget how many 100,000 canning food, whole food. They have destroyed so many food centers, warehouses, derailed to let loose chemicals. Some even caught on camera. One couple ran for their life because these people realized these some, and you could hear them in the background. You got some whip? Yeah, we got some. Them little agents took off. The little cowards out there with the thing to cut the damn rail, the railroad. It's funny, they're putting down new ones and somebody's going out there cutting the brand new ones so they can derail trains. Oh, they was on them. I mean, Johnny on the spot. They couldn't catch him though. So they had somebody waiting to take him. Probably drove somewhere right up on the ground, whatever. I don't know, but it was funny. They took the video. I saw the video and I was like, you got to be kidding me, on Instagram. So I said, well, hold on. I was going to do a remix with it and wouldn't allow it. So I was like, wait a minute. So I was trying to download like 15 seconds of it. But then the 15 seconds, because the people are watching. This is the person recording, seeing them go to the tracks, looking around, confident, pretty good shape. You know, two guys. They had the yellow on and it went right down to a certain point and looked up and started cutting. And said, oh! And that was about into 15 seconds. I couldn't get the whole thing in. So I attempted to save it. When I go back, video unavailable and the saved. I went to YouTube. I went everywhere trying to find this. I don't have TikTok. I ain't going to look on TikTok. I don't want nothing to do with TikTok. Oh, some of y'all crying about TikTok going away. That's show how stupid people is. You got enough of them looking right now, right here. What is it when a government is doing everything that is not based upon the Constitution? What does that say about the government? Is it the government? Why is that people still talking like it exists, like it's the government? I just want to know, what do you think? What do you think? I want to know, what do you think? I mean, I was going to set it up and do it with StreamYard to ask questions if you want to come on and talk about it. But I want to know, what do you think? What do you think? I just want to know. Do you, a government that swears a fictional oath to lie to you, regardless of what we know of the past, regardless of what we know about them murdering Abe Lincoln, the Negro, the last Khan of Tartaria. You know, when people say this is a federal republic, that's what this is. There's no democracy. I don't know when that shit started. I read about it. I gave it to you. I don't even want to know no more lies about it. You know, when the two parties broke up with the Federalists and the Democratic Republic. Bullshit. That is made up bullshit. More of they reinventing something. What it is with Federalist papers, the Constitution we created, and it's the Republic. So when I heard about the Democratic Society, a so-called party, taking guns away, NAFA, from indigenous, autochthonous, do you know what happened after that? Any of y'all go and look at that? Not everybody gave them up, the smart ones, and they fought back. So this is what you don't want to read about, you know, like the tax thing, how we fought back and we stopped them every time. Now here we are, so separated, so divided. You got a bunch of dumb Negro women, all they want to be with is some pale skins. I don't care who you want to fuck. That was like that long before 1920. It was going on. But the problem is, it was all, people don't know what a sleeper is, a triple or quadruple agent. And the thing is, people get succumb. I look at that sister that was murdered by that Peckerwood because, you know, he's doing blackface, this, that, and the other, but she just wanted that white dick, that pale skin dick, not white. Let me stop using that word. That word's crushed from my vocabulary. And I sit here and say to myself the same thing with Negroes. It's with the brothers. It's the same thing. And you know these words I'm using. I just, sometimes I'm not tired. I'm not tired of using the word melanated. But damn it, everybody's melanated unless you have albinism or you're an albino or a leper, depending on which way it goes. Vitiligo, whatever that shit's called. People say that's the Michael Jackson disease. I was like, no, that's been around for 1,000 years. It has everything to do with the form of leprosy. Vitiligo, whatever it's called. People have really been deceived, and they believe their lie. Because what pictures they always showing, like after the Reconstruction period, they show all these so-called Irish and Italians working on bridges and this, that, and the other, building these crude buildings. But who taught them how to do all that? That was what Martin Luther King was telling everybody. You know, we're coming to get our check for all the shit that we've done, and all this stuff we're tolerating from all these foreigners coming over on this soil. People not even born here, joining the Native American Society. That was never our word. They belonged to us at one time. But like most people know that why would the fake ass Pope, the fake ass fraudulent Vatican lift the Papa Bull, the discovery? Why? Because how are they gonna keep it when we know that they ain't discovered shit? So if they lift that, what does that mean? That means the Federal Reserve is garbage. It don't mean shit. The dollar still has worth, and we don't owe nobody not a goddamn thing. They owe us, and the problem is we're still playing on these retards because they weaponized everything. So whenever I see people talking about let's do this paperwork, let's do that paperwork, let's do this paperwork, let's do that paperwork, I'm sitting there going, you're still caught up in the conundrum. Like, when you going to snap up out of that, brother, and realize that you're playing an empty game? Motherfucker whenever you see the Masonic shit down, the boards, look at them. They're not checkers, they're chess. I don't want to start giving out secrets because I'm not involved. I don't walk that shit, but I know all about it. I know many niggas who lie, and I see the sickness in their mind, the materialism and everything else. You know, when that 90-year-old Masonic woman told me, you know, you never have to talk about the stuff we taught you. It's unimportant. She says, you knowing who you are is one of the greatest things. And she says, you need to remember that. You know, and I never, she had the biggest ass titties, 90 years old. I mean, 90 years old, usually they shrivel up and shit. And they wasn't even, they was perky. I was like, what the fuck? Drunk dinner summer. Anyway, right? Check it out, though. That's in Scotland, y'all. And so when I'm talking, or I'm listening to people, and people, you know, I had somebody say the other day, you know, because you don't seek recognition from nobody, they don't lift you up and put your name out there, but it's you the one that been doing this longer than anybody, because everything you talk about, nobody else was talking about. Now all of a sudden they talking about it. I says, I don't need recognition. I need people to know and learn from everybody that's actually paid attention. I says, my days in the military, before that, all the stuff that I was going through was not a lie. I mean, my grandma used to laugh when I went and visited her, you know, and my aunt paid for me to stay an extra week just to cook. I threw everything out my aunt's refrigerator, not my own money, filled her fridge up. I don't care if I was going broke. It didn't matter. I wanted them to be healthy. I'm different. I'm built different. I'm the last one in my family who really loves all my family. Everybody else is whatever happened, it happened with them. And I attempted to intercede, and I saw how ugly they was. And I was like, you know what? I'm too old for this shit. Even my Uncle Gary, you know, I still love him. How could you hate your biological? But sometimes you have to separate. You have to, because this is divide and conquer. You better believe that. And if you don't divide, you're going to be conquered. Now, there's a divide that conquers too. But the thing is, if you hold the importance of who you is, then that's the benefit. That's the saving grace. There were days when it would hurt me, you know, like right here, like it would hurt. Looking at how we grew up, what we went through, all the fun, the love, and then the manipulation of the system, the education system, in the classroom, the division, the bad words from teacher, marking people out, centralizing certain individuals as if they were going to be the bad seed, which they weren't, and creating a bad seed. I remember all of that. Those teachers, a lot of them are gone now. Trust me. They have to answer. Do I intercede on their part? Seek forgiveness? I don't know. But I don't know. I'm not having crossed that vector. I know I want to intercede for people now not to make the mistakes. And that'll be dealt with. That's why when you make your bed, you don't have to make it so tidy. Order is order. I guarantee you, order would rather see you laying out in the field of grass, going to sleep under the moons, protected and safe from everything. That's real order. But we have this composite. We have this fractionalized thought of that in order to reciprocate good, that this is what's protective. This is a goddamn casket. This is a fucking tomb. But you don't have to get deep into looking at it that way. Like I said, where I lay my head, because this is my home everywhere. Is there harmony in here? Yeah. Is there balance in here? Yeah. And that's how you have to look at things. Somebody said, who was that that sent me? I'm not going to open it up and look at your name. You sent me a message in Gmail saying, excuse me, well, if I'm in this relationship and we're arguing all the time, what should I do? Like, get the fuck out. What do you mean? If you've been arguing for five years, that's nothing healthy and natural about it. Do you know that when you're born into this world, before they created Similac and Infamil, because some babies used to get the Spanish rice milk, and you can mix it with breast milk or whatever, right? Or goat milk, which was even better than Similac and Infamil, but it wasn't pure cholesterol. That was the basic of building blocks for the baby. because we had these new mamas, drugs and stuff. They just couldn't handle it. Nipples getting a little tough. Which is another sad story in this whole demography. You know what I'm saying? I got lost frame of mind, lost, man. I got like 20 things going on in my head at one time, y'all. I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, before the Similac and Enfamil and all that crap, the baby would come into the world, and this is why we need to get away from these doctors. When the baby would come out, you know, they used to hold the baby's son and smack it. Do you know that was the first form of trauma? Not even coming through the womb, getting those good bacteria on the baby and all that, which go right up and be to the mama. They take the baby away and start sucking the stuff out the nose. Unnatural. It's for the mama to do that. It's the connection. Blow, hold against her heart, and the baby would breathe, reconnected. No, these fucking pieces of shit, by way of these small hat Zionist fucks, would take the baby, smack them, bang, shock. They loved it. Already taken about 10 years from the life. Shocking the system, even the memory, losing some things. You don't believe me? Look into it. Who the fuck smacks a baby coming into the world? And then through education, right, into misinterpretation for interlation, what do? Oh, we had to make sure the baby's breathing. And yet they could start a war on a murder between two brothers. What kind of shit is that? We got all these motherfuckers from here who've been over in Ukraine for over a year. Now you run off somewhere to fight. Well, motherfucker, I'm going to Africa to fight with some niggas. So them motherfuckers be like, oh, we can't allow you. Like they're in control. And the sad part is most of you dumb motherfuckers will go right along with it. You ain't stopping shit, nigga. I'm going to help these motherfuckers in the Republic of Congo, motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? I'm going over the motherfucking witch card in the mountains of China, motherfucker, where them niggas are still be hiding pretty well, but the motherfuckers are still trying to find them and kill the motherfucking original people over there because they couldn't white them out. I'm going down to Belize, Costa Rica, motherfucker. And we're going to make our way back up through Brazil. We're going to kick some of these motherfucking sons of bitches in the ass. I'm just saying. How many of y'all think you can do that? I hope the women seeing how important it is to have a really good man to have a child with, a youngling, and who want to have that, regardless of what has happened. It's time for a new start, and what they're doing right now. We really need to come off of these goddamn platforms and stop talking on it. But you motherfuckers got to get up from where you at. You got to. I'm doing my best not to say every goddamn thing. Because I know there's going to be people talking stupid because you believe everything's... Stop following and listening to these dumb niggas talking about, yeah, here's the paper. We got Hillary Clinton to execute it. Biden was executed. Stop listening to them dumb niggas. Stop listening to them. And y'all can still donate. I mean, goddamn, you want to see how much is in there? I'm still got to order. I didn't put no more books, but I told y'all. I mean, I ordered some books. I spent most of my cash because some of y'all just being, I don't know, buttheads. So right now, and no, Melody, I can't give you $20 this time. You're really struggling? You run your mama. Come on. I mean, excuse me, y'all. So I went and took 266, put it to the account. Remember I told you? I went ahead and used 140. I added to that about 280 something, so it was 116. I added the 40 that Terry Peters gave me, and Susan DeLon, the 30. I turned around and added that, took that and bought 2 more books. Now I got the 6 books, but the 2 other books I bought, they're like 17, because I can't get the big ones, because you know, and I still have a little over about $180 in the account, the banking account, that's on the phone. I don't use the banking app on here. It's American First, which is not a bank, it's a credit union. Then I have Wells Fargo as well. So right now in here it's $25, and that's from Raymond Berry. All right, that's what's in here, and you can see how I always do it, and it tells you where it goes to. First Federal Credit Union. Wells Fargo is my original bank account, and everybody's telling me to take my Wells Fargo and put it in there. See that? Cashed out, and then America First Credit Union. Hello. I want to get these books before July 1st. God damn it. I wish there was more people here. I'm thinking about driving down, hang out with down to Phoenix, hang out with West Side. You know, I like it here because we got an outdoor gun range, and then my boy by the whole gun, Matt, Air Force Cat, Navajo brother, he's got a beautiful range, and him and his cousins, they move tactfully. I can't say what his MO was, but just know this: get some good training in, you're gonna get winded. You better bring some good running shoes or good all-terrain combat boots, and be ready to get a little sweaty and dirty and muddy. You know what I'm saying? Because when they train, yeah, and corrections and stuff, speed loading mags, all that, better have your ammo right. Don't come there talking about I ain't got no ammo. I'm gonna be looking at you like, I guess you ain't shooting. I'm serious. But yeah, you know, I used to always go down there to visit Cottrell on the Pima Reservation. I used to bring my guns on there. You ain't supposed to. I used to always have my guns in my shit, because if I left, I'm like, I'm not going empty-handed. But the Pima Reservation, you know, they want to be a certain way. You know, kids get 18, they get a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. They do shit kind of right. Yeah. How much can I say, right? I can't force feed nothing to nobody. I can't make anybody do anything. That's the NRA. Excuse me, that was the NRA calling me. See, they're desperate. They let that LePierre guy do all that goofy shit. He's part of the whole problem too. I'm gonna read a little bit, and then I'm gonna get off and prep my meal. Get my salmon seasoned up. I'm gonna be doing it like in the colander, steaming it, with some broccoli and Brussels sprout florets and stuff, and broccoli florets and Brussels sprout. And very, with 7 spice, Japanese 5 spice or 7 spice. About 7 spice, I think I have is Chinese, 5 spice Japanese. The Japanese 7, pretty spicy. And get my grits, get them, you know, boiling up. That might be my only meal today, y'all. And people said they're going, well, how you putting on this weight? And I don't watch you eating 1 or 2 meals. I'm like, yeah, so what? It's different your body when you're not overstuffing it with a bunch of bullshit. And when you're putting if you're going to do a carnivore diet, you better do a carnivore diet right. You better be getting some liver, I'm just sharing this with you people, for you people that eat meat. You better be eating some tongue, liver, kidney, the fucking nuts. I'm serious. The eyes, I'm not gaming here. Man, if you're gonna be doing vegetables and fruits, they gotta be raw. Don't be doing that cooked shit. Brussels sprouts are like small cabbages. Put a little black Hawaiian salt on there with a little cut them in half. Make sure you soak them in a little salt and water or a little vinegar and water. Just kill all the shit that's in there. Cut the Brussels sprouts when I eat them raw. I cut them like 4 of them in half. I get my broccoli rabi, the small ones. I season it all together, right? Room temperature, and I drizzle with a little olive oil, about 2-3 tablespoons of olive oil, and I eat it just like that. Sometimes I'll braise it in turmeric and a little paprika, a little heat, that little different kind of heat, like smoke flavor. And I eat that right there, just like that. Then I'll turn around and peel apple and orange, chop up a banana, and I eat those. Do you see you get where I'm coming from? See, I used to eat raw fish. I don't do that no more. Man, people are getting whatever they pour in the water is really messing people up right now. So no, I got the steam off the steam of my fish. There's no way around it. But I season it. And when I say I season it, boy, I season it. It's delectable. It's delicious. Trust me. It's whoo, child. But you got to be careful. I mean, people are eating things, a day or two left over in the refrigerator, and they losing arms and feet and shit. What the fuck is that? Especially Chinese shit. And I told you the Chinese food here is not what they eating over there. I done had Hong Kong. I done had, because listen to me, it's not the same, y'all. They putting some shit. They doing some weird stuff, y'all. So however you want to look at it, you know what I'm saying? Not sitting there wanting to bad mouth them. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to read a little bit of this. Reptilians in the History of Humankind, Anunnaki. Henry Crane. Have any of y'all looked at the Anakin, the Custodials, the Anunnaki, the Hathors? There's a group, there's a whole plethora, and these things are real. Regardless of misinterpretation or interpolation of the names. Again, like I said, Enoch. We know that they've connected it to Enlil, right? And Gilgamesh and all these other things. And Gilgamesh, like Nimrod, which one of the same, was a giant. What, God was over like 9-12 feet? Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and read this, and I'll go back and look at some of y'all's responses or questions or whatever you may have. This is dinosaurs' extinction and the war between two races. 65 million years ago, there was a war between the reptilians coming from the constellation of Orion and the Lyrans. I've read this before, I want to read it again. Lyrans from the constellation of Lyra. This war lasted many years, and in one of the battles in which the Vegans from the star Vega, which is in the constellation of Lyra, who had made an alliance with the Lyrians to put an end to the reptilians, were fighting, they decided to flee and discovered a planet. That planet was Earth. All right, so you remember that, right? Cool. Let me go over here where the tab's at. This is where we pick up. Everything is highlighted, so y'all gotta excuse me when I'm reading. Sometimes, I did my best not to highlight everything, but you know how it goes. And then when you remember this part right here, why they tell us in school about the dinosaurs that became extinct due to a huge meteorite is false. They continue to live in the Abzu. Remember, under the earth? All right, so we're good. So now we're over here, the creation of the giants and the man. That's where we're at. Excuse me. I just want to read a couple of paragraphs. And then later on, I'll pick it back up. Okay, because this is what I'm supposed to be doing, reading, all right? But usually I want to do like my grind my gears. I did it before on Facebook. People were digging it. But I got, man, you have the little secret people come along. They was in their feelings, boy. I was getting 30 days like a mug, man. I was like, what? So I made a meme called with Facebook Gel, 30 days in, like 30 days out. Pass, go straight. I think that meme is still floating around. Had the little Facebook cop with the little brown head. Anyway, I stayed in that mug. They didn't want me. They were like, no, we can't. Oh, no. Oh. And then Biden's about to run. Oh, we don't need him disrupting his dumbass people he grew up with. We need them dummies to vote for this dumb motherfucker. And that's why that's what I was telling them. Why we got 4 or 5 motherfuckers to vote for when there's over fucking 2,000. There's 2,000 candidates. Nobody wanted to hear, except for what they've been programmed to look at, my media and everything else, the lies. Anyway, the creation of the giants and the man. The Carians passed on their knowledge to their new creation, this new reptilian race. It is there where the construction of new civilization started, in the entrances of the Abzu. Meanwhile, on the surface of the earth, the hominids began to evolve slowly. This is how 4 million years ago, approximately, the Carians decided to abandon decided to abandon and grant the planet to the Galactic Confederation, leaving these reptilians very advanced both technologically and spiritually. This reptilian race, interterrestrials or interterrestrial reptilians, considered the Carians as their guides and creators. I wanted to share that because nobody ever talks about that. Very rarely, intraterrestrials, came to the surface of the Earth. This was because they did not like the surface climate. They were already completely adapted to the warm and constant climate they had inside the Abzu underground. This race came to the surface only for the purpose of scientific research to study the various species that existed in it, and there they realized that the hominids had many signals of intelligence, more than the rest of the species that existed on the planet. It was a really accelerated evolution which they began to study more closely. And for a long time, 400,000 years ago, approximately, a mothership from Orion arrived to the Earth with over 400 reptilians and 200 gray ones beings, the gray ones. Oh, no, there are different people from a different land. Who remembers the land? Do I have to break out the map? The stuff lines up, even with an old map I saw from the 1500s, where there was no ice, no snow, no rain. Animals and people all around in the so-called Antarctic. Check this out. This last race, according to the Sumerian tablets, was called as the Igigi. That's what he was talking about. And I'm well versed in the Igigi, especially when I went to Japan, so-called Japan, and was hanging with the Anu up at the temple, who were amazed at my face. And when they saw me, they looked at me and they were like, they thought that one of the ancestors came back. I ain't lying. Kinda did, right? These two races came to Earth on their mothership because they were escaping from an intergalactic war. Does that sound familiar? When Noscon found them, the daughter born behind the wall, who came to teach and free people before the lands of Mars. Flatlandish, anybody resounding something? There are those things that wait and they don't do nothing, and they're hidden well from all this shit. Excuse me. They were looking for a refuge, in this case a planet with enough natural resources to survive. It should be noted that this race that came to Earth was not a pure race of reptilians, who time ago once came to our planet, but was a sub-race, a secondary race of these reptilians from Orion. Anu was the chief commander, and his two sons, Enki and Enlil, were the subheads of the reptilian caravan that had arrived on Earth. Both brothers were always in a very tough competition to see which of the two would be the heir to the throne, since Anu was the king and boss of this sub-race. And when they arrived, they decided to build a settlement and create a dimensional portal to communicate Stargate with their planet. And for this, they decided to redirect the causes of the river Euphrates and Tigris. And they also began to extract the natural resources of our planet and the many minerals, especially gold. Now, y'all know whenever I'm reading and we're talking about dimensional and planet, it's nothing but a plane. T is extra, that's all. Like extraterrestrial, extra terrain, planet, plane, terrestrial. That's all it is. These people have played a word game with this language that is beyond. And that's why I say it's important for you to learn other languages, because you'll start mumbling words that don't even make sense, even in the languages today. It's there in you. Okay? Fuck, I'm saying too much, I think. I hope I'm not. All the heavy mining construction and mining tasks were entrusted to the Igigi. But these reptilians did not count on them. At some point, listen to this, rebelling against the construction of this portal and extraction of minerals. So these reptilians summoned an assembly, and it is at this point when Enki convinces his father, Anu, and the entire Anunnaki council to create a Lulu, that is a slave. Enki had realized that there was a primitive being which denoted and gave signs of primitive intelligence. He was the one who had the idea of genetically modifying that primitive being. All of this was done to be able to replace the gray ones with these new slaves. Because the grays wanted to fight. They like to fight back. And the grays have ever since been used in an agreement to do what they do to us. Remember, they detest us. Probably because we were gifted. Then they realized that something else was more to us. I don't know. I mean, I just read books. And I've seen enough shit on walls. All my hiking and camping. That's why I always say to people, if you go hiking, don't be on the man-made trails. Go in the backwoods of your ancestors and really look at the new trees, the saplings. And when you see a structure, a large out of place, like granite, sandstone, or marble rock that look like it may have belonged to something, get you a rod, a 10-foot rod, and start poking the earth. And if you hit something that slips, you might be standing on what was once a grand building of some sort, Star Fort, and it's covered over. I'm just saying. I can't say no more than that. You know what I mean? I know a lot of you still want to run and you want to hear the rah, 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 rah. We've moved so beyond that right now. You better save those rah, rahs for that. Oh, you have your face missing because you know you didn't get it right. You don't know how to fight back. You didn't know how to get the right community people. You didn't want to move. So when you have your jaw hanging off and you feel like, well, because all your energy's gone, you're ready to give up your ghost, your source, and you become the very embodiment of the weakness that they needed and required. Okay? I know that's kind of rough, but I appreciate you guys coming in. We're at an hour. I wanted to do it at 50 minutes, but I let the music play. I wanted to bring some people in. Yeah. So I'll be back in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I'll probably be chomping down something, and we'll get into reads. All right. We're gonna start back off with the Anunnaki, and then we're gonna go to the Book of Giants, and then we'll get into our regular, because I believe we need to tap into Arthur Kessler and William Cooper again. It's just me. The Anunnaki Wars. Look, every book I got on Anunnaki, the story's a little different, but they all allude to something. They point in a direction. Now, was it done on purpose to have us looking in some mythical place? I don't know. The only way we'll find out is by reading, right? And digging deeper than we've ever dug before. You know what I'm saying? So let me give a shout out so I can get the hell up off of here. And I love y'all. You can still donate, guys. And when I say $5 or $10, I mean it. You guys don't have to kill your pocket. I don't want to break y'all, okay? I don't want to take from your little $3 gas. Some of you in places where the gas is a little cheaper, thank goodness. And I don't want to take no food out your baby's mouths, because some of y'all say that, and then next you know you're getting a $70 bag of weed or something. But yeah, I don't want to rob you of that. Gray Wolf, Grand Rising, brother. How you doing, beloved? Where is Mama Red? And I don't know, man. I don't know. Try and type the name in, because that's the name that was under the account. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to look again. Mikey Hill, Grand Elevations, beloved. Original Lone Wolf, what's going on, my bruh? You know, when you see wolves together, goddamn, we packing. You dig what I'm saying? We packs. El Dragon American, Wolf Packs, you goddamn right. That's right. That's right. Peace and love, brother. Big Pontiac, what's going on, fam? Keep bringing that Keep bringing that energy. I love it. Equator 7 was cracking. Scott, Grand Elevations, beloved. Rondo! Hey, man, Ganja. I'm gonna have to take you, man, and get some ash water over your face, man, because you're supposed to have already been here. Like, no, I know you're at work, bro. What's going on? Yeah, I might make my way down there, man. We'll chat it up this weekend, all right? Let's see. Evelyn Smiley, AK American, Niji. What's going on, beloved? How are you? Yes. No, I enjoy that. I love that. M. Card, Grand Rising. What's going on? Grand Elevations. We're up now, for sure. Humble French. Peace. What's going on? How are you? What's up, Benji? I'm going to hook up some Callaloo. Man, that's my star when I was in Brooklyn, man. I had this little Jamaican honey. Yeah, man, I love that girl. Anyway, yeah, bro. She used to fucking put that Callaloo saltfish and them dumplings with the spinach and everything, with the Roma tomatoes, peppers, the scallion. Yeah, man, don't stop talking about it, man. What the fuck you trying to do to me, bro? I got a few Brussels sprouts. Yo, get them growing. You can harvest a few times. You know that? They grow pretty quick. I haven't got a bullet. Well, it's not a bullet pot like our brother Tomahawk, but I got a couple of pots where I got 2 different types of soil, organic, and then I got stuff that I compost that I make. You know, beating down everything, and I'm gonna take some of my activated charcoal, put it in there with it. Eggshells, all that, banana peels, all that. It was a little stink in the bottle when I was making it. You know what I'm saying? I had to cut the top, mash the stuff up. Oh, it was raw. But then all of a sudden, when you add the good soil and the dirt and a little bit of red clay, because it's got silica, it's perfect. And I put a little bit of wood chip in there, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna transfer the ones that I have to the pot, the compost stuff that I made with the flour. And I'm gonna go ahead, the celery, because you can just keep cutting it and it'll keep growing. You know what I'm saying? Just filter your water when you water your plants, people. This water got some crap in it, y'all. The tap water got some stuff in it, man, that raise your estrogen levels. I'm serious, man. Coming from these water treatment facilities. And most people don't believe it. They think by boiling the water, you're not cleaning it, you're not killing it. When you're drinking that coffee and stuff, men, it's blocking your testosterone, it's elevating the estrogen in you that's not supposed to be there. I'm telling you something based on a fact, okay? So the Brussels sprout, same thing like cabbage. You know, I take cabbage, I cut it in half, I put both ends in, boom, 2 new cabbages. From one cabbage, I put 2 ends, and that's what the big pot's gonna be for that. And the Brussels sprouts, same thing, but you could germinate them in some water. And you start seeing them grow, same thing. Just like when I do the pineapple, I peel away the leaves, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. I cut the top, and I peel away all the way down, I submerge in water. I start getting the white little roots, I take that, put it in the soil, and damn it if another pineapple don't grow up behind that mother. I'm serious, man. It grows up. Listen, it's not complicated. The avocado, when I learned how to do it back in home ec, right? Middle school and high school, we used to get 3 toothpicks, get a little jar, like a little dark brandy glass. You know what I'm saying? We put the toothpicks in the avocate. You know, the little white part facing down, in some water. The water was different then. And it would crack open. You would see the sprout. That's the part you bury. Boom, avocado tree coming in no time. Put it in a book, put it in something where you can hold about 10 pounds of dirt, soil, of organic, whatever, 10 pounds, and the tree will start growing. I'm serious. I've got mine now. They already got roots in them. Thing is, I need some more of those. I'm thinking about taking that dining room table and chairs out, put them in there with a big mat and heat lamps from Home Depot and just, and probably grow. I got like 6 seeds. Grow me some weed. Just 5 or 6. I don't know if I'll do all that, but the other stuff definitely. Everybody know. For those who are on Facebook, you saw the farm I built. I raised it like 2.5 feet, almost 3 feet high to be leveled up where the flood stream was. I built the fence, built the walk-in gate with The horses would come, knowing that I was going to feed them. They would bring their head over. I give them the old corn husk, and I missed that. But the chicken coop I built, the dog houses, all the dogs I rescued. Even when parvo came, going around to everybody's house giving parvo shots to their animals. It's what I am. It's who I am, and it's all in y'all too. I was out there corn stomping, and the Navajo were looking at me. Okay, he's an Indian, but what is he doing? And then when they saw my corn, they were like, and the funny thing is, Pearl has some good corn too. I always keep my little pouch stuff. I keep certain things hidden, and she has some good colored corn. Yeah, some blue kernels, I think, from the Hopi or something like that. But nobody out there when the rest was growing it. So I mixed that with mine, gotten red ones and some green and purple and dark blue. I mean, some of the most beautiful corn in this world. A plethora of different short cobs, all white, with a little bit of black and green in it. I'm talking about, and then the long ones, about as long as my damn forearm. Oh man, you talking about sweet? And then the watermelons, criminy. I love some criminy watermelons. God dog, you got to really, really pay attention. You can't overwater that either now. When they start coming up and they button, you got to make sure you're getting, especially if they're out in the sun, you got to make sure there's plenty of water for them roots, because that watermelon is going to suck that water up, and you damn sure want to have a filtration on coming out from the house to the water line, unless you're going to build one with a timer and all that. Put your water filtration, because you don't want those chemicals being sucked up in that goddamn watermelon. It's like apples. When I buy apples, you get a little just listen. You get a little what you call that pan? Muffin pan. Put the apples in that. Boil you 2 things of hot water. You ain't gotta scrub the apple and all that crap. Take the scorching water with a little teapot or whatever and pour it over the apples. It's gonna make them soft, and it ain't gonna fuck them up. It's gonna remove the wax. You don't sit there boiling and cooking your apples in the damn you just remove the wax with the scorching water. Take your apples out, blot them dry. Now your apples don't have none of that wax, and that extra pesticide they spray on top of the wax, all the paraffin is gone. All right. Strawberries, a lot of y'all know I got the ionic thing that gets all the bugs and things out of the strawberries and raspberries and stuff. But you could do it with a little bit of sea salt, about 2 tablespoons of sea salt, and a little calendar of water, not a whole calendar, but a little bowl of distilled water. All right, pop them in there, let them sit in the little salt water, and the little worms and shit will come right on out. Unless you don't mind, like me, I don't mind. I eat them up. We're mostly all that shit anyway. The moment we started overwashing our hands with these chemicals and washing your ass 2 times a day, I mean, unless you that kind of funky, man, you really need to go see a doctor and think about what you're eating. I'm just saying, because I don't be getting stink like that. And people say, what do you use for deodorant? I say every other day, man, I put some lime, kiwi lime, go about my business. I don't use no damn deodorants and shit. None. What was that? Oh, somebody put Snoo, what's going on? Oh man, appreciate it. What's going on, Blowy? Ganje. I just saw it. You retarded. That's my boy. For sure. Yeah, I gotta go down here now and get the salmon in the and get the broccoli rabbi, and I'm just gonna steam it. I'm not gonna steaming it. You won't lose nothing. You know what I'm saying? You steam it, put it like if you don't have one of the bamboo Japanese things to do it, where you can make rice, blah blah blah, vegetables, and then you put your seafood on the top. Or some people do it reverse, because you got to get the rice cooking. That's why it's always on the bottom. I just take a colander. All right, I got a big old spaghetti pot. Staying still. Put the colander, fill it up with about 2 gallons of water. It's about 1.5 gallons of water. It's a big deep pot. Put the colander up top, put the little lid on it. When it gets to boiling, really boiling, I put my salmon right in the colander, and I put my Brussels sprouts and my broccoli right on top. I close it, walk away for about 10 minutes. I'm talking when it's steaming, boiling, about 10 minutes. They can go 15 minutes if you're just on the shore. It's already seasoned, everything's seasoned up. Come back, turn it off, and let it rest. Pull the colander out, pull my food on the plate, I'm in it. But this time I'm gonna make my my garlic, what is it, Bubba? My garlic, turmeric, black pepper, grits. And I use real ghee. Like ghee, you know, if you have butter, you take that top part off, and then the left part where it's the liquid, and you let it harden. That right there is like the real good part if you're gonna, you know, for those who are gonna eat butter. But the ghee I get is from goat milk. It's not from cow milk. It's goat milk. What is it, Bubba? He's looking for a light. He was looking for me to do the light thing, so he can run around and chase it. No, I'm not doing it right now, Papa. But anyway, let me get the hell off of here. Hour and 12 minutes. Yeah, you already know, Snoo. I didn't know if I know you at work, so I didn't know if you got a notification. All right, love. Anyway, let me get off of here. I'll be back, and like I said, in a couple of hours. Let me go ahead and start getting my food together, and get the next read in. Hopefully, I won't be stuck like a pig. Like my stomach is not that big, man. It really, really isn't. You know what I mean? And besides that, today I'll be taking my Tung Ali. What is it called? Tung Ali. I'm not blind, guys. They're making the stuff is so much smaller now, and I know it because I have old bottles that I hold on to old bottles for other things, and I take the old bottles. I go, why are they making it just 3-4 times smaller than like they don't want you to read it? It don't make no sense. But I see it. Let me make sure. I just want to read it right to you guys, right? Yep, it's Tung Ali, and what is it, Baba? The dog barking got you? I want to make sure I got the right stuff. Oh, Tung Ali and what's that? Shazak, Shalak, whatever the fuck, I can't pronounce the word. Shajik, what the fuck? You think when I'm studying all these languages, no man, I told you it's like riding a bike. You think you can ride, and all of a sudden you start falling off again. Anyway, it's Tung Ali, that Shazak, that black stuff, whatever it is called, extract. So I mean, it's very potent. Anyway, I'm supposed to take this with this. I'm not going to take it with it. I just choose not to. Just for optimal results, I take 1 capsule a day. But it tells you to take it with this shit. What is it called? Excuse my language. Ashwagandha. I have ashwagandha mushroom, the plant that I've got it in a juice. So I've been using this for about, this is my 2nd month. And some people are saying that's what it is. That's why you like this. I said I don't take it every day. It's supposed to be 2 pills. I take 1 pill every other week. Every other day. And after 7, like first time I did it, so in 7 days, the first time I did it I took it for like, I think it was 3 days. And so this time I just took it, and then I took it for 4. The next way it switches around, I says, then I take a break for like 2 days, nothing at all. And it's, oh, you only taking 1 pill? I was like, yeah. It's like, but what else you using? I says, I don't know. I says, it's the fact that I'm intermittent fasting. I'm allowing myself to do the things I know. I'm not just gobbling every damn thing out. Y'all eating all that shit out there, and all that stuff's got some terrible crap in it, And then you wonder why you're fighting yourself, and you just don't want to be complicit in helping yourself, but they're poisoning and fucking up everything. So how do you mediate it? Well, if you ain't learning how to fast right now and get used to not having something and being able to move, and if you're still eating McDeath, Burger Kill, Taco Hell, what is Taco Bell doing making hot wings, chicken wings? Listen, y'all. Chick-fil-A, oh my goodness, y'all got to stop eating that crap, man. Didn't y'all see the video I did where they show how they make the crab, the imitation crab? Oh, I couldn't believe that when that first came out, we used to fry it up with egg and flour and season it like we was doing something. I mean, when we would do that with the crabs that we caught, like what was wrong? You see what I'm saying? They sneak it on you. My advice to you is stop eating all that shit. All right? Start growing you some shit. I don't care how small it is. Unless you want to go outside and eat crabgrass and grass, goddammit. I don't think your system's ready for it because you've been eating all this other No good shit. So when you put that good shit in there, it's like a motherfucker been in Auschwitz. That motherfucker come out and see that goddamn plate of hot food by the KP and them GIs. That motherfucker shock to the system. You know, a lot of them motherfuckers that they show piled up dead, a lot of them alive when the GIs got there. When they got that hot fucking meal, that's when they realized, and the doctors knew this shit, the scientists over here knew that shit. They didn't tell them and they didn't forewarn them. They were so, I couldn't believe what they saw, all these gypsies and all this other stuff. And they gave them hot meal. They started dropping left and right. Okay? So learn how to go without for a little bit. And manifest it. Mushrooms lightly fried with avocado, quinoa, cucumber, and nori sheets. That's what's up. Yeah, I got some nori sheets downstairs, big ones. I love them. I roll that shit. I don't got the bamboo roll. I just roll it by hand. I get my rice. I make sticky rice, like Japanese, using the sesame oil. I'm not saying go ahead and make seed oils are not good for you, but when you're talking about just raw, like cold rice, and you want it to be sticky, or you can use, depending on your flavor bud, you can use a less sweet cane sugar, you know what I'm saying, with olive oil. Make sticky rice. You know what I mean? Good stuff. And I love oyster mushrooms. And well, I have these little boxes with my jackfruit, barbecue, teriyaki jackfruit stuff that I keep in my cooler in the fridge. I do the little mix, shiitake, oyster, you know, all the different mushrooms, and they're dehydrated. I rehydrate them. I keep 2 big things of distilled water. I rehydrate them for about like 5 or 10 minutes. Chop, 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 chop. Add it to it. Put my spices in. Wrap it up. Couple of thin lines of cucumber. Maybe some carrots. You know what I'm saying? And I get it in. Avocado. I just eat avocado. I can sit there and eat avocado. Just cut it up, chop it up, and just eat it with a fork. Or cayenne pepper. Good fat. You need cholesterol. You need fat. Worst thing you need in your body is sugar, and they put it damn near in everything. Worst thing in the world. Sodium, watch out what kind of sodium it is. All right? Because a lot of things they say is, how are you going to put sodium in something to preserve it? And then you put BHT and all this other shit. Everything is not healthy, and not everything is meant to be consumed. It's poison. You know what I'm saying? What was that, Humble? Does anybody know if jackfruit can grow in southern portion of the United States? Yeah, hell yeah. Why not? Yeah. I had cats in New York, up in New York. My Jamaican homies on the fence was growing the prickly cucumber and jackfruit. And soursop. They got people up here scared to drink soursop, and I'm like, what the fuck? Soursop, man? Y'all better fight some cancer. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Can I do it out here? It would have to be in a controlled environment because it's pretty dry out here. Where I'm at, it can be done, definitely. But yeah, definitely. Shit, you could definitely grow it, hon. All right, let me get the fuck off of here because I'll stay on talking. I gotta go and make something to eat. I appreciate y'all all, my beloved sisters, Snoo, my brothers, you already know. Chat with y'all shortly.